Hi, welcome back to CS170. There's been some questions that came up regarding ors, ands, comparisons, not equals, and the mod symbol. So I've set up something here just to give a quick review on this. So you see these double pipes here. These are ors. It represents or. Excuse me. And then you have this double ampersands. That means an and. This is to compare whether it's equal. This is to say not equal. And then this is your mod operator, this percentage sign. Okay, so how do we do this to evaluate? I mean, these things will generally evaluate to true or false, except for this percentage. So why don't we start with the percentage first? So and all that mod means is what is the remainder? So let's say I do 2 mod 2. So 2 goes into 2, fine. So there is no remainder. So therefore your mod will equal to 0. Okay. If I did, well, I should use a bigger number. If I did 5 and I did 2, so 2 goes into 5 2 times with the remainder of 1. So therefore 5 mod 2 is equal to 1. Okay. If I did 5 mod 6, that equals to 6. Okay, because 6 doesn't go into 5 at all. And then you have a remainder of 6. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea what mod is. So let me take this one off. So when you have an or, that means either the left side or the right side evaluates to true. Okay, you might remember some of this from when we were doing like the Venn diagrams. Okay, so for the different sets that intersect, right? So this or that, right? So this double pipes means or. So let's say one side evaluates to true, one side evaluates to false. That means it's true, right? So with the or statement, only one of those things have to evaluate to true for you to get to true, okay? So let's say I have something like this. 1 equals 1. I should do this. 1 equals to 1. Or 2 equals to 3. That would equal to true. Okay, that would evaluate to true. Right? Hopefully you can see that, right? 1 equals to 1. So that's the true thing. You don't even care about the rest of these things. Okay, so the reason why I bring this up, the question came up. There was in the exam 2 review questions, you had something where, let's say 1 equals to 2, and then you had the or, and then 2 equals to 3, or 3 equals to 3. So if you evaluate the first one, you can't just say, well, that evaluates to false, and then just move on, right? Because of these ors, it means you only need one of those things to evaluate to be true. In this case, the last thing, 3 equals to 3, is true. So that evaluates to true for the whole thing. So when you have multiple of these together, that's what you have to do, okay? Now, for the and, this means both sides have to evaluate to be true. So that means something like this, 1 equals to 1, and 2 equals to 2 evaluates to true, okay? If this goes to 3, let's say, then this is going to evaluate to false. So with the or statement, all you need is one of the things to evaluate to be true for the whole thing to evaluate to true. With the and statement, all you need is one of those things to evaluate to false for everything to evaluate to false, right? So if I had, let's say I had this 4 equals to 4, that will evaluate to false, okay? And then this is just a comparison. Is the left side equals to the right side? That evaluates to false, right? Okay, so it's all you have to do is look at the left. Does it equal to the right? That's what this double equal signs means, right? It makes a comparison, which I believe I did a lecture on this where from a comparison standpoint, when you're doing comparison operations in JavaScript, you do this. Actually, I should use a variable x equals to 5, right? That's going to be different than x equals to 5. Okay. So this one, x equals to 5, is taking x and setting it equals to 5. With the double equals, you're comparing what does x equal to and whether it's equal to 5 or not. Okay, so I've covered this a couple of times before. I stressed it's very important, right? Especially with JavaScript when you're doing comparisons. So understand the difference between an equals and a double equals. One is doing assignment, one is doing comparison. For the not equals, all that means is 5 not equal to 6 evaluates true, right? Because not equals. So that means the left side is not equal to the right side. In this case, that means true. Okay. Likewise, if they're equal to each other, that means this is false. Okay. So quick little refresher there. Hopefully everybody gets that. And if there's any questions, you can drop in or send me an email and I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can before the exam.